everybody, I am the Craftacular creator and today I am showing a process video for a festive shaker card. In this video I will be sharing how I use stamps and dies in alternative ways, Copic colouring and how to make a shaker element without using foam tape. If you enjoy my content, please make sure to get clicky for Vicki. Like, subscribe and ring the bell. Your support means the world to me. For this card I used Longthorn Simply Celebrate Santa, Candy Cane Lane 6x6 paper, quilted star backdrop, outside in and stitched balloons, the excellent Easter basket, some shaker bits and some red sparkle twine. To begin, I die cut all of the pieces I needed off screen. Here I begin to assemble them. Earlier I mentioned that I was using dies in alternative ways. This is what I meant. The Easter basket makes the perfect hot air balloon basket. And the stitched balloons make a great hot air balloon too. The first thing I do is attach the pattern frame to the acetate and then put it to one side to dry. Next I stack the die cuts. Past experience and hindsight reminds me that foam tape and shaker cards really do not work for me, so my alternative is to cut multiple frames and glue them together. I probably could have got away with just die cutting them in white, but I went a bit extra and used red and white alternately. I stack enough to make a good well for the shaker bits. Pour out some sequins and just pick out the red, white and gold as I had a colour palette in mind. I also added some seed beads to give it some added shake. The frame with the acetate last and then put it to one side with a block to weigh it down. Another mistake I've made in the past is to shake too early, so I avoided this. For my background I die cut the quilted star backdrop into a piece of aqua paper from the Candy Cane Lane pack. It was already decorated with little snowflakes, but I wanted to add in stars. I attached this to a piece of gold metallic cardstock. I took out the stamp that I wanted and checked how many passengers could fly. Santa and 2 reindeer fit in the basket perfectly. This was another alternative way of using a stamp set. I stamped a row and chose my Copic colours. The caps can be seen on the screen. fussy cut the trio and started to plan the layout of the card. I die cut a scalloped frame in pixie dust cardstock. I do love a frame on a card. And to make sure I didn't have the background panel showing too much, I trimmed around the edges. Next, I assembled the basket. I glued Santa and the reindeer into the basket and weighed this down with an acrylic block. Next, I attached red sparkle twine to the basket. I secured this with some sticky tape. I repeated this process with the balloon and I trimmed off the excess once I was finished. Then I attached the frame to the background panel with liquid glue. My card needed a sentiment, and so I decided to let my festive trio say it in speech bubbles. I stamped Merry Christmas, Ho 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 and We Love You Dearly into speech bubbles and fussy cut these off screen, and then attached them to the card. At this point, I finally allowed myself to give the card a good shake to make sure it all worked. I bet you were wondering how I resisted it for so long. Earlier on, I noticed a small smudge on the frame. My sand eraser didn't quite remove all of it, so I die cut one more patterned frame and attached it to finish the card off. And here is the finished card. I'm very happy with the way this one turned out, and I don't often say that about a shaker card that I've made. I really do think the secrets are to stack the die cuts and not to shake too soon. This card was inspired by episode 232 of Craft Roulette. The parameters can be seen on the screen. It's a French bulletin board style backdrop, gingerbread biscuits on an aqua and gold plate, hot air balloon and beads inside that balloon. With mention of Craft Roulette and parameters, I have included a slide of what it's all about, and I hope, if you haven't already, subscribe to Craft Roulette on YouTube. It's so much fun to play along. Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to get clicky for Vicki. It would mean the world to me. Ta-ta for now everyone, take care and I'll be back soon.